y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's me, KiaSimone, and child, listen, I done watched so much YouTube and TV till I'm dizzy, okay? Minding other people's business is exhausting. I done watched Tamar's show to try to see what's going on with her and this man, since her and Kandi fighting. Tasha on YouTube clapping back. It's just... Let's just get into it, okay? Now, before we do, of course, I want to say thank you so much to my super thanksters. Shout out to Yvette Greer, who always comes through and shows me so much love and support. Thank you so much. Shout out to Pretty Black Girl 74 on Cash App. Thank you so much to Lorenzo Malone. Now, child, let's get into this. So the episode opens up with Taj and Coco getting together at the gym. They're catching up. And Taj said this is a vast improvement over what their relationship used to be. She said Coco used to be real catty back in the day. And, you know, she used to feel isolated a lot because whatever Coco said is what went. So if Coco had an attitude with her and didn't want to talk to her, everybody had an attitude with her. She said when Coco decided to go solo back in the day, she was left out in the cold just like Lili. So she had to go get her a job. So she went from put me on the stage to put me on the schedule, child. But they passed that now. She just wanted to get that off her chest. Since everybody else going in on their lead singers, you know, shit, let me just get mine off. They, of course, discussed this disaster of a meeting that they had. And they said that they have had the pleasure of working with the likes of En Vogue and TLC, who have both outsold both of their groups. And they said they've never been treated like they were treated by them gals in XSCAPE. En Vogue is the holy grail of girl groups. And for Coco to say, listen, we had absolutely no problems. It was an absolute pleasure to work with the likes of En Vogue. And then we have to deal with attitudes and egos and street fights to deal with these heifers who barely got double-digit record sales. Like, no. Taj said she would be devastated if this didn't come together and it was all because of egos. Coco said, well, her ego ain't come out yet. They can keep letting their egos run amok. Her is still sitting in the cut. She waiting. Taj said, well, when you bring her out, could you bring the one from the 90s that you used to bring out on me? Bring her. So then we cut over to Lili, who is at home working on her manuscript for Sister Hot, her erotica audiobook. And her manager stops by. Well, she shares with her manager the woes of writing erotica and an excerpt from her book. This is too much for me. It's some kind of church house lust story by watching the man walk in the park. Man, I ain't got time. She said she would like to be an established author as her alternative to being just the girl in SWV. And I said, you know what? If she can be out here selling her Sister Hot, I can sell y'all a book too. I am a poet and published author of a book called The Real Poetic Justice. The link is in the description box below. Please check it out. Well, her manager just kind of laughed awkwardly to get through that moment because that was uncomfortable. But they go on to discuss the meeting. And she says basically that she really wants this whole collaborative show to happen, but she didn't expect it to be this difficult, this too much. So we move on to see Taj meeting with Tamika for lunch. They're coming together to discuss their ideas for this show if they can make it happen. Tamika is in the confessional talking about her group still hasn't decided if they're going to let SWV headline or not. See, you and your group can go to the overpriced hell y'all came from, because there ain't no reason y'all should think that y'all should be the headliners and they don't have a leg to stand on, and y'all should be charging 3 to 4 times what they charge when they got 3 to 4 times the sales and streams y'all got to this day. Now they get to discussing their ideas, and Taj said her style inspiration is the Spice Girls. She wants all of them to dress according to their personalities. What in the teenage dream? Like, girl, y'all gonna look a universal mess. Just what? Why is big grown women up here inspired by the Spice Girl? If y'all don't get y'all some gorgeous gowns, beautiful gowns, and sit down. So Tamika starts discussing her ideas for the actual stage show. And she wants them to come up from under the stage and all these grand ideas. Like, girl, Xscape can barely give us a 1-2 step and a good Mary kick. And y'all, you want to pop up from underneath the stage, Tamika? Please leave us alone with this. She said she doesn't normally do any of the creative planning because her sister and Kandi normally take charge, but this time she's taking charge because she wants to be heard, and this is not little Tamika from the 90s. Okay, Mary Agnes. So then we move on and we see the ladies all getting together to see if Xscape found their mind and redo this meeting. Well, Taj seems to be the coolest head between all of them, so I guess that's why she's hosting it at her condo. Sis might be a good mediator, but she is a hostess from hell. This lady got a pack of lunch meat, a pack of cheese, and 2 bottles of wine as hors d'oeuvres for 7 grown women. I don't know if this is the impact of inflation or if she just ain't feeding them hoes after they done talked to her like they crazy. But no ma'am. This tray of lunch meat said, nah, you said y'all fee was 3 to 4 times higher than ours. That's all we could afford. Eat that. Well, Lili must not have been in on this planning because Lili was absolutely disgusted. She got there and was, why do you have a pack of lunch meat stretched out on a tray about you serving some people? Coco said, all I know is I hope they come in here with more sense than they had the last time. Because if they don't, SWV will be on the road collecting our dollars and cents. Because we ain't got time for this bullshit. Well, the Xscape ladies start arriving. Tiny gets there first. And the first thing Tiny wants to know is who did the little meat tray. It had a very who made the potato salad tone to it. So the rest of Xscape starts to arrive. Tasha, followed by Kandi, and then Tamika. But when Tamika came in, she came with company. She has Steven, Xscape's creative director, with her. So she starts to go into her presentation about all of these grand creative ideas that she has for the show. Coco said, hold on, Basquiat, before you show us your art, are we co-headlining? Lili said it only makes sense for us to co-headline. I think it's too powerful a situation for it to be anything else. So Coco passes the ball back to Kandi. Kandi said, well, I'm with whatever my group with. And Tasha decided she was the group. Tasha said, we ain't doing all that. We co-headlining. It's fine. We just gonna co-headline. Kandi is pissed off. Kandi is in the confessional about Tasha is so funny speaking on behalf of the group, and my group members told me that they felt we should be headlining. Well, I think your group members sent you on a dummy mission because nobody spoke up in the moment. When Tasha said we just gonna co-headline, everybody sat there and looked around. Nobody said nothing. Kandi said, I'm not about to let her make it seem like, oh, Kandi was the problem and she's the savior. Just what in the power struggle hell is you talking about? You just said you're with whatever the group is with, and the group didn't say anything when she said we'll just co-headline. So what's the problem? But I guess not communicating is their way of communicating, because as the meeting goes on, once they've agreed to co-headline and they get past that hump, Tamika starts actually sharing with them the creative planning that she and this guy, Steven, have done. They're sharing the graphics and her ideas for the stage show. And Tasha doesn't say anything in the meeting, but in the confessional, she lets us know that she is quite pissed off because this has typically been her lane. It was typically her that took the lead on the creativity, that her sister was never in that space. And as a matter of fact, she was hardly ever even in the studio. Girl, child. But if her sister wants to take that from her, that's fine, because she's already taken the sisterhood. When I tell you I cannot stand Latasha Scott, I can't stand that heifer. She is such a victim, and I cannot take it. She drives me nuts with this, woe is me. No, woe is we for having to suffer you. And according to your sister, you and your husband took the sisterhood when you and your husband took her checks. But this was exactly what Kandi needed to get over the whole Tasha speaking up for the group thing. Kandi is in the confessional falling out laughing. She said Tasha ain't said nothing in this meeting, but she knows her well enough to know that she is dying inside because she cannot take Tamika taking the reins. So they start breaking up their assignments. They give Tiny and Lili wardrobe, Sister Hot Pussy, and Miss Magic City. The set list is going to be left up to Kandi, Tasha, and Coco, so all the lead singers can fight amongst themselves. And the choreography is going to be everybody's, since can nobody really dance. So then we move on to the studio, where the lead singers are going to be coming together to have this meeting about the set list. Well, this scene opens up with Kandi singing over SWV's Week. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. When I talk about Kandi just thinking she's going to sing anything because she can sing. And no ma'am, you're going to need to leave Coco stuff alone. So Coco brings her son Jalen with her to the meeting since he insists he wants to do music. Let me go ahead and induct you into the drama because this is what you're going to be looking forward to. Tasha comes in and she's immediately with the diva stuff. Where's my seat? Where's my chair? Wherever you don't see an S in one, that's where your chair is. Sit down. They start the meeting with Kandi going over the list of songs that she pulled for each group. And Coco asked, what order do they normally go in? Tasha said, well, you know, they normally switch it up because they don't have a whole lot of upbeat songs. And I said, well, there you have it. This is exactly why y'all don't need to be no 3 to 4 damn times higher than any SWV. Because according to your own leader, y'all are a bunch of ballad belting betties. Don't nobody want to hear all that hollering for 3 to 4 times the price and ego of SWV. Like, And that's what Coco said. Coco said, yeah, this will be fun if we can keep the people awake. So they start going over the song options for the set list, and as Kandi and Coco are going back and forth, Kandi brings up to Tasha that a particular song that Tasha may not like is a song that they've performed when Tasha was not with them. So she said, you know, Run to the Arms. I don't know how you feel about that. Tasha said, mm-hmm. Kandi said, is that a yes, no, maybe so? Tasha said, I don't know. Kandi said, well, have you thought about any tributes that might work? Nope. Tasha's giving very much Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Coco is looking like this is some bullshit. See, son, this the bullshit I was trying to tell you about. Bullshit 101. Kandi in the confessional said Tasha's been an S for a few months now. Tasha said, look, I mean, we got the same songs we've been had for the last 30 years. I mean, just, we can figure out the order. Coco said, I know this spirit. I know this spirit. This that I ain't in charge spirit. Coco said, hold on. Let me ask you. What do you want to do? Tasha said, I haven't put that much thought into it, to be honest. Coco looked like, see, this that lead singer bullshit. Don't start this. Kandi looks confused as hell, like, what exactly is going on? Coco said, well, why not? Why haven't you put thought into it? Tasha said, because I got a lot going on. In other words, I got my solo contract sitting on the printer at the house. I got to hurry up and get back home and sign it so I can leave these heifers in my sanctified dust. Coco said this tension between Tasha and Kandi is unprecedented and uncomfortable. She said this felt like being in a couple's bedroom. They are just absolutely uncomfortable. So Kandi just moves on. She gonna work around Tasha. And she's telling Coco the formula to a good show about you have to start with the smash and end with the smash because then the people just go crazy. Coco said, girl, we know and we do. Kandi, y'all are the ones with 2 upbeat songs and a bunch of belting and boo-hooing. This is why people be looking at you like you crazy. Just because y'all are the most successful y'all have ever been doesn't mean y'all are the most successful ever. Just because y'all have finally figured out the formula doesn't mean nobody else got it. Y'all just figured it out. But anyway, at the end of the meeting, Coco says, let's just put our cattiness aside and come together and make history. Good luck. So then we move on. We see Taj and Tamika getting together again. They're meeting with the creative director to look at some mock-ups of the stage plan that they have. Well, child, Tamika is still on this thing about she want to come from under the stage and she want hydraulics, and I don't know what in the I Want to Be Beyonce When I Grow Up kind of show Tamika is planning, but they had to tell her all of that is out of y'all's budget, just like you out your damn mind. We ain't doing all that. So then we move on and we see Kandi meeting with her assistant and yes man, Don Juan. They're coming together to discuss everything that is going on with Kandi and the group. And Kandi has the nerve to start this meeting out about how all of her other candy-coated businesses are running so smoothly. But this one venture with these 4 ladies is just a mess. And girl, do you know, you did a whole reality show about your businesses that showed us that y'all had everything except y'all shit together. So Kandi is basically telling Don Juan how Tasha is giving them her behind the kiss and how this ain't nothing new because this is how she got down back in the day. That there's a rumor in the air that she has a solo deal. And Don Juan said, well, I mean, what's the big mystery? That clears the whole thing up. That's why she don't want nothing to do with y'all. Kandi said Rocky has been trying to get Tasha a solo deal forever, and he's basically taking advantage of this opportunity that they have being in the spotlight again to get her that solo deal. She said, but the problem Tasha has is anytime she thinks she's on the brink of something, she starts trying to give them her behind the kiss. So right now, she kind of has them in limbo because she doesn't want to fully let them go. So she kind of has something to fall back on. Don Juan starts kissing Kandi's ass about the only reason she's going to be nice to you is because we know that the money that the 4 of you could bring as a collective and what you and Tiny's brands bring on your own is way more than they can do without y'all. Listen. If that were the case, why is that not reflected anywhere other than social media? Just because they have these numbers in terms of their followers is not translating to streams or sales. So if y'all think y'all's numbers are that influential, let her go, let her flop if that's what she's gonna do, and y'all take y'all's numbers and do your own thing. At this point, I ain't interested in none of them. I don't want nothing to do with nobody. I want to escape my damn self. So then we move on. We see Taj, Coco, and her son Jalen. They're out shopping. And Coco decides this is the perfect opportunity to drop on Taj that Jalen decided that he don't want to go back to school. Yeah, she'll tell anybody who will listen, please talk some sense into him. So Taj is naturally upset and concerned. And she's like, well, what happened to you wanting to be a dentist? Was it people's breath? And he said, no. I was just unhappy with it, that he had not been happy with dentistry for a long time and that he actually was in therapy, but he still just never really found joy in it. Taj is, of course, surprised. She said, you were in therapy because you didn't want to go to dental school? And he said, no, I was in therapy for some other things, but, that joined the bunch. Coco said her son battles with depression. And that's why she keeps him so close, because she knows that that's something that he struggles with. And she knows what to look for because it's something that she struggles with. So Taj tries to get through to him with her own cautionary tale. She said, listen, I was once you, young with a dream, and I got my dream. I took off, went on the road singing with this group, and when it was over, it was a nightmare. She said, when it was over, I didn't have anything to fall back on. She said there wasn't really any opportunity or demand for her in the industry because Coco was the secret sauce for SWV. So since they had Coco, they had no use for her and Lili, and she just had to figure it out. She said at that point, she had to take a job working in the office of a coffee company for $9 an hour. So she's reminding him that he has a really, really amazing opportunity in front of him and that singing will always be there, that he can always explore that, but that he should really, really take advantage of the opportunity to pursue school and have something under his belt that he can fall back on if singing doesn't work out, or if he just like he fell out of love with dentistry, falls out of love with singing. Taj told him to just think about it, and he looks like he's actually taking it in, and he said he will actually think about it. And Coco is just thanking God for Taj's testimony. So we move on and we see XSCAPE is getting together to rehearse for a date that they have coming up, but Tasha stood them up. Tasha didn't show up to rehearsal. Tasha was home signing her damn solo contract. Tasha is saying how she is so excited and ecstatic and all kinds of happy And it's just hard to be happy for her. She's just not likable. I am so sorry. Tasha says she's excited because not only does she have her solo deal, she has her solo deal with ownership. She owns her masters. XSCAPE did not. So when XSCAPE would sing their little songs, they might get pennies on the dollar for those songs, but now she owns her music. So this is the result of prayer and perseverance and believing in yourself. And this little girl from College Park who people said wouldn't make it, she made it. Well, girl, let's just get to Friday and see what happened. Tasha said that while R&B has been her bread and butter, she's always wanted to get back to her roots and sing gospel music because she's always gotten to sing, but now she gets to sing music with a message. Girl, what it is you figure you can go over to gospel and you can sell gospel, this act that you got going on. Like, girl, just, I can't. So Rocky asked her, once you sign this deal, what does that mean for XSCAPE? And we cut back over to XSCAPE at their rehearsal and they hollering and carrying on. Kandi said, yeah, we doing all this dancing, hollering and rehearsing, but where's Tasha? Where's she at for real? Tamika said, I hate to say it, she ain't coming. She ain't coming. So they called their road manager over and they said, is she coming to rehearsal? And she said, no. Is she coming to the show? Well, that's what she said. But can y'all check her mic and stuff at the sound check? Oh, so Beyonce ain't coming to the sound check. Oh, okay. Kandi is pissed off. Kandi said, oh, so she just want to show up. She don't want to rehearse with us. She ain't asked if we changed our little 1-2 step or nothing. I'm going to need y'all to rehearse her parts because we ain't doing this. So Kandi goes off about this is what pisses her off. Why do we give her the right to put us on hold and decide what she's going to do and what she's not going to do? You mean like you used to? She's going off like we need to set some rules, y'all. Tiny said, okay, so what you want to do? Because this was you a couple years ago. Kandi is steady going off. I don't know how y'all ain't upset. Tiny said, but what would you like us to do about it right now? While you carrying on right now, what you want us to do? Just go ahead and tell us exactly what you would like to do. Put it out there, what you want. Kandi said she's treating us like she's Diana Ross and we're the Supremes. No, better yet, like she's Gladys Knight and we're the pimps. Tamika said now, a few checks ago, I might have cursed Kandi out by my sister, but right by now, I'm going to just go ahead and say she right. Back at Tasha's house, she's trying to give all these reasons why she ain't messing with the group, why she's been praying about it. And she's just not feeling good about it. They've come at her. They've come at Rocky. They've come at her mom. Girl, who is they? You mean your sister? You mean your sister done called y'all some liars and some thieves? And she went on to say in an interview that the way they got them checks is that them checks was going to her mama's house and that they were staying at her mama's house at the time and that the checks had a forged signature of hers and her brother-in-law's signature, Tasha's husband's signature right under it. Yeah, she has said that. And so now they came at you, your husband, and your mama? No, ma'am. Now, unless they is the feds, I don't know what you're talking about. Tasha said all she knows is that God has heard her prayers and it's time for her to get out there and see what life is like on her own. Okay, Celie, how about you get from up under mister and then come talk to us? Girl, they in their meeting with Tasha signing her contract and them toasting to her freedom. Girl, let freedom ring, whatever. And the episode comes to an end with XSCAPE deciding they is going back to XSCAPE 3, but I guess this time with Kandi. They are proceeding with their rehearsal because the show must go on whether Tasha is with them or not. And it looks like next week they're going to have more rehearsals, meetings, and mess. Child, they are just stressful. At this point, I wouldn't even enjoy a show. I also watched Tasha's clapback on YouTube where she basically said 11 minutes of nothing, if you ask me. You know, she was talking a whole bunch of trash about the group, and she did say, for the record, she didn't steal her sister's money. Now, she did not say, for the record, my husband ain't steal my sister's money. And for the record, my sister's money was never deposited into my husband's account. She didn't say that, but she did say she never stole the money. I'm not reviewing that whole 11 minutes because she said a whole lot of it was just a bunch of nothing. Now, Kandi and Tamar, I was going to do a video about, but they are exhausting. They are exhausting. And I ain't got it. I just ain't got it. Now, I went and watched that whole Queen's Court just to kind of get a grip on who this man is Tamar is dealing with. I don't trust her, and I don't trust that man worth a damn, okay? He just gives me city slicker scammer all day long. But him and Tamar are equal parts fake, and so I think they're perfect for each other. All of that is to say, basically, I think they all full of shit. I do believe there was some clash between them all backstage. Do I think Todd was trying to DDT Tamar and you know what it is? No, I just don't. Do I think Tamar is adding her 2 cents because she has a show and a single to promote? Yes. Now, I wasn't planning on reviewing Queen's Court, but if y'all want to talk about it, y'all can let me know and we can, but I wasn't going into all that. I just was crazy enough to go down the rabbit hole of let me see what this is and who this man is so I can kind of get an idea of this whole story Tamar is telling and who this man is she got backing up her bullshit. Now, I do have a couple other shows I'm planning on reviewing, but I wasn't going to do that one unless, that's what y'all want. But child, that's it. That's all. And I truly ain't got no more. I done watch so much TV and YouTube, I don't know what to do with myself, okay? I thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for coming down here listening to me and letting me get this off my chest. Please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And in the meantime, until next time, just like every time, I love you and I mean it. Bye.